Sorry, I switched order on Darius, that was a bit mean.
Well, maybe I'm still practicing out there, preparing.
Great. Right, so tell her that was with Sergiu Celibidache and the London Symphony Orchestra. How did you meet Celibidache?
It was actually in Mexico City. And I already had a favorite conductor by that time, who happened to be a man from Prague, Czechoslovakia, and his name was Rafael Kubelik. So when I came to Mexico and somebody said to me, oh, there is a conductor here that we admire very much, I said, oh, forget it. Who cares? I only know one whom I admire so much, and that's Rafael Kubelik. They said, well, that may be as it is, but maybe you can listen to this man. So I was brought to a concert by a strange-looking individual who I had seen before on a photo, and to me he then looked very weird. Had jet black hair all over the place, fairly long, and I said, well, who is this wacky-looking individual? So they said, well, come and listen. Well, my mouth dropped. When I saw him and heard him, I said, well, he's not too bad. Then, what happened next, I had a recital in Mexico. It was in Mexico the first time. I had a recital because nobody in Mexico knew me well enough to dare and to risk inviting me to play with an orchestra. So I played that recital, and that strange individual, Sergiu Celibidache, came to the concert. At once, his personality became what it really was, very strong. He comes into my artist room and says, you should never present yourself in a recital. You should play with an orchestra. I said, oh my God, but who's going to invite me with an orchestra if they don't know what I can do on that violin? I am. Tomorrow you're going to play Beethoven concerto with me.
Gosh.
Excuse me? Just like that? Unprepared? Yes. That's what happened. I played tomorrow the Beethoven with Sergiu Celibidache. I thought I would like to faint, but I said no. I'm going to control my fainting spell and play. And I did.
And it was wonderful?
I have no idea. I think so. Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, but the orchestra, I mean, you don't think Mexico is producing the world's greatest orchestras. But he did it.
You see, there you are. You know, he was very weird, if I may borrow that expression.
You may borrow it.
We don't use it in England, do we? Weird?
Yes, we definitely do.
We do.
We even are.
Now we do. Now we do. He was very weird. He wanted to experiment with mediocre orchestras. He never tried to conduct one of the great orchestras. He said, probably to himself, that is the test and that's the achievement. If I can create out of nothing something wonderful. That's what he did. He went to Mexico and took some of they were amateurs, almost. And he tried to recreate and make them into virtuosi.
And he did it.
And he did. He did. He was quite amazing. I mean, there is no doubt we had some wonderful English conductors also that I really enjoyed working with. Contrary to what some people thought, that he was so brutal sometimes and not very kind, Sir Malcolm Sargent.
Really?
Yes. He was so nice to me, contrary to what people thought, and I played with all of them. And of course, Sir Thomas Beecham. Mozart. I had the privilege. Can you imagine?
I love Beecham's conductor. It's funny because we think of him for his witticisms, but actually
Yes, exactly.
he was
but he was a
great
wonderful Mozart interpreter. Maybe until this day, absolutely unique. And, you know, underrated was somebody that I thought was a very good, I don't want to use that word because there is no such thing as accompaniment. We are all creating and we are all producing and so on. Basil Cameron.
Oh, gosh. That's a name from 78 records. I used to see it
But
spinning round and round.
Did you ever hear him, Stephen? On
No.
records?
Oh, I see.
On records?
No,
Never.
I don't think so.
He was
Basil Cameron.
very
It's a good name.
professional.
Oh, very what?
Very professional. He knew
Is that
his...
a compliment?
No, but really, he knew his métier. You were safe. I don't think anything could ever go wrong with Basil Cameron. It may not have been the most inspired kind of performance. Okay, he was not Nickish, maybe he was not one of the greatest artists, but very reliable. And I felt safe.
That's good. But Celibidache was your absolute favourite. You did everything with him, right? All the major repertoire?
Yes. I was really privileged that he wanted to conduct everything. But he was also, what was amazing to me until this day, critical that he was of everyone. Do you know, Stephen, and I'm not bragging, I swear, not one word of protest. Whatever I did on that fiddle, he followed. Never one criticism to say, not even like that. Ida, why don't you change that interpretation a little bit? Maybe, did you think about performing it this way or interpreting it this way? Never. Is this believable?
Yes. I would never dare argue with you, but of course I'm not Celibidache.
Oh, really? I'm so scary that you wouldn't
you're
say
just a force.
no contradiction, whatever I said.
Wouldn't dare. Well, I did contradict you the first time we met.
Oh.
Because I came backstage. I'd heard your wonderful Wigmore Hall recital.
But
and I said,
there was a but.
yeah, there was a but.